Kelley.
Yeah.
Explain the role that she plays.
It's a long story. My sister and I, when my mom's house caught on fire, and
When you were around 6.
I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
I know, I'm going way back. When our house caught on fire, we were moved. My mom gave up custody of us. She had no money and no house and no direction. She couldn't take care of us, it was difficult. But Dad was flourishing. He was racing and winning and money and all that. So she gave up custody of us to Dad. We go over there, and he's marrying Teresa. So we got this Teresa we got to get to know this, and she's our stepmother. And so me and my sister, man, we really got close. It's like, hey, man, what do you think about what's going on? And we leaned on each other to sort of adapt to that environment, which was so unfamiliar. But Kelley really became my caretaker and caregiver. She made sure I had, she made sure I wasn't dressed like a fool for school, and she made sure I had money in my pocket for lunch, and she made sure I'd done my homework and wasn't gonna get in trouble, or done my chores. We had daily chores. She made sure they were done, and I was doing what I was supposed to do to keep me out of trouble, and she coddled me and really took care of me. Dad wasn't taking care of me. He was racing and gone, and Teresa was with him, but Kelley was there. Kelley was the one that was there with me every day. We had housekeepers, and we had 2, 3, 4 different nannies, that were around that I never made or created relationships with. And my sister was the one that I went to every day for everything. And then
She's in high school.
Yeah.
You get shipped to military school.
Yeah.
What does she do?
Right. So I go. I'm a troubled mess and creating problems in school and getting, about to get kicked out. And Dad and Teresa sent me to military school. I was there a month, and Kelley came on her own accord. Like, who goes to military? Military school is like punishment, right?
And midway through, when she was in high school.
She's halfway through high school. She leaves her friends and everybody to go to military school, and in the 10th grade. What kind of 10th grader says, you know what, I miss my brother, I'm going to go to military school where he's at?
I don't know what propelled me really to kind of be his protector, but other than to say that Dale just always chose a different path for attention. So he always got in trouble. I'm not a psychologist, I don't understand it, but that's just the way he chose to go about getting the attention. And so I always was just protecting and like, God, how much more trouble can you stand to get in, kid, and just looking out for him and feeling sorry for him and all this kind of stuff, which just led into doing these different things, following him to military school. And he was a scrawny little butt. Have you seen pictures of him then? Yeah. He was a tiny little thing, and he got called names all the time at school. They call him chicken legs and all this kind of stuff because he had these little white scrawny legs, and he was always, this tall, and his classmates were this tall, and so I just always looked out for him. So I followed him around to military school and a lot of other things.
And eventually, long story short, when I started making some money in racing, she called me and she says, hey, you're gonna need somebody to help you with your finances and your business and what I've had checks that I don't even know what to do with, thousands of dollars, $1 million here and there. This is all. 1 year I was making $350 a week, and I went to making $5 million in a year. And you would think you would be like, yeah, like what the hell? This is amazing. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. My sister had at this point worked her way up the chain of command in the merchandise business of NASCAR, which was flourishing. And she's worked to get this real genuine opportunity, and she's gonna turn that up, just give it away. I said, for one, I can't afford you. She's like, I'll take a 50% pay cut to come. And she did. And you know what is so terrible to admit is that for years, I never once did an evaluation or gave her a raise. Because I had no idea. Isn't that terrible? Almost
when did that come up?
Oh, it came up. I don't even know exactly when it came up, but and I back paid her for that mistake. But she wouldn't even, say, hey, I haven't evaluated my performance, and I haven't had a raise. I haven't really gotten a raise in a long time. She finally did, and it came up begrudgingly. It's like she wasn't really excited to have that conversation, but I felt like a fool because she's my MVP.
What was your motivation behind doing it?
Well, Dale and I, it sort of, I guess, goes back to our childhood. I became just, I guess, like the mother hen kind of girl. And so we've just always had that bond of taking care of each other. So when our dad passed away, I knew that Dale Jr. needed someone to look out for him. And so taking the pay cut, I guess, was just part of that looking out for each other kind of thing that we had really been doing for lots of years before that as brother and sister. So it really wasn't that big of a deal to me to do that,
So what were your goals at the time, and then how did they evolve as time passed?
My goals when I came to work for Dale was really just to look out for him and to do things that were in his best interest. And I didn't feel like that. I knew my dad always did that, but I wasn't so sure about the other half of that equation. So, I didn't want him to get taken advantage of. And Dale his personality is one of no conflict. So he will let people walk over him to a certain extent.